Let's get started. Let me share my screen. Let's get started today with our training. And today what I wanted to train is very simple. It's, to me, a concept that's very simple. To others, it could be a little more, I don't know, something maybe you need to develop as a skill. To me, it's the number one skill that needs to be out there. So let's get started. Are you guys excited? Or let me rephrase it. If you guys are ready, say I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too. Awesome. So number one, the first thing I wanted to share is what makes somebody successful? What makes somebody reaching the top? And I'm going to ask you guys to answer that. Like, what do you think it takes for somebody to be at the top? Yeah, go ahead. Just screaming out loud, Deshri.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Yeah, really, eh?
Stepping out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, stepping out of the comfort zone. Anything else?
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
See what the successful people are doing and then copy it.
Copy successful people, absolutely. Eat what they eat, exercise the way they exercise, talk the way they talk, whatever that is, right?
Sell like Anne-Marie.
I don't know. I can only, I don't know if you want to have a French accent.
They are very coachable.
Yeah, being coachable. Tim, do you have anything else too?
And repeat.
And repeat. So do it all above and beyond. Awesome. So you guys basically said them all. But one of the things that, some of them we every now and then forget is you want to set some goals that you're going to follow through. Because it's easy to say, I'm going to contact 40 people this week. But what if you don't follow through that? How do you feel at the end of the week? You feel, most people feel like a failure because they haven't reached their goals. So put your goals in a way that is achievable and follow through to them, right? Be consistent. You guys already said that. Make the best of every situation. So for me, I use this as, when I meet somebody, I always think of what can I learn today? How can I practice whatever I'm practicing? Usually for me, it's the skills of listening that I practice. Because if you don't listen to what your client wants, how are you going to be able to actually give them what they want? Right? That's a skill. We think we can listen to people, but most of the time we don't. So to me, hi, Karen. So for me, I always make the best situation, even if I get somebody who says, no, I'm not interested. I don't look at it as a rejection. I look at it as a learning curve and what can I learn from it, okay? Take responsibility for your life. How many people do we know that blame everybody else for their failure or success?
I know a few.
Yeah, we only know all, I'm sure we all know just a few, right? But can you imagine if your failure or your success was because of me? No. It's all because of ourselves. Like my failure and my success is because of me. But Tim and Karen that just became diplomat, it's not my fault if they became diplomat and if they're successful. It's because they're putting the work. They're being consistent. They can making the most of every situation. They're learning. They're setting up goals. Right? It's their success, right, not mine. Right? So be responsible. Always form valuable relationship. Right? Build some relationship with people. Care for them. Listen to them. It's a huge here. Make unusual sacrifice. So, many years ago, I'm going to say about 8 years ago, when I discovered self-growth and development, I got rid of my TV. right? That was at that time a huge sacrifice. Now it's like, TV, what's that? Right? But successful people will make unusual sacrifice. You know, I miss, you know, I had to miss some of my son's hockey game when Ramin was in town. Well, I had to make a sacrifice, right? So, and then never give up. You always want to keep going. It doesn't matter what life brings in front of you. You always want to keep going, right? That's what successful people do. That's how they achieve the top. You think that Lior gave up after all the no's he got? He probably is the one, him and Renee probably are the one who got the most no's in the entire industry of network marketing. Probably more no than all of us together. But they never give up, right? And they take risk, right? Are you willing to take some risk? Are you willing to be in front of a room? Are you willing to talk to people? Yeah. It's worth it. Cherish hard work and discipline. I like to call that celebrating little wins. You know, and that's what I want to start creating here on Mondays. That's why I want to start the call with what worked, what didn't work, and what can we do better. So we can celebrate, you know, so we can say like, right on, congratulations, high five. And we can really have this all together, because often we see the negativity, what didn't work, but we forget to actually cherish what we've done, right? And the last and not the least is you want to create value. So successful people always create value with what they're doing. So when you're speaking to a client, you want to make sure that you share the value, that you create value that's important to them, not to you, but to them. Does that make any sense? Say yes if it does.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Good stuff. So today, I wanted to share with you the 5 steps to build successful relationship, because it all starts with relationship. Everybody, you're going to hear it. It doesn't matter which training. It's all based on like and trust. If people like you and trust you, they're going to join you.
Yeah.
But how do we build like and trust? I mean, my neighbor likes me. They trust me. They know I'm there for them. So how come when I approached him, he said no? Right? So building like and trust is not just like this person likes me. I always refer back to what Ramin has taught us on really building a relationship. So here's how we identify. I identified by finding people's need. And needs is an interesting word. And actually, what's the word? It's so interesting. I forgot the word of it. But needs is, if you can find what people are, what their needs are, would it make it easier for you to give them a solution?
Yes.
What they want and what they need? Yeah, absolutely. So here's how I broke it down is needs, and stands for now. You want to start asking questions that are reliable right now. You know, E stands for enjoy. What did they like to do? What did they enjoy doing? Right? What did they like about what they're doing right now? What excites them? Another E, excite them. What excites someone for, you know, what are they passionate about? Right? You want to start asking that kind of questions so you can identify their needs before you bring out anything. Otherwise, you're just pitching them an opportunity that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Right? D is what would you do differently? Right? So ask questions around that. And then S is you're going to plant a seed. That's when your opportunity comes in, if it's appropriate. You know, if I start talking to somebody and they're talking to me about like how, I don't know, they want to lose weight, and right now they're really passionate on every day. They're running, I don't know, 10K every day or whatever they're saying, and it had to do with being active, because I have a lot of people around me that are like mountain bikers and all they care about is mountain biking and being active. If I pitch them my opportunity, they're going to be like, whoa, what's she's weird, or what's wrong with her, right? She's not listening to me. But if you find their needs, then you can see if something fits them. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, great. Don't be attached. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually give you some questions that you can start memorizing, or you can start putting to your head when you meet someone, and be present, but you can start asking them some questions to find out their needs. Would that be all right to do?
Yeah, sure.
Yes?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. So really simple, to gain the trust again now. So now you can ask questions as simple as like, hey, what do you do right now? Right? Or what's new in your life? Or what do you do for a living? Those are now questions. Those are the type of question that you can ask very easily. If somebody you just met, or somebody you're following up through with, or an old friend, hey, what's new in your life? How's the kids? How's it going? Right? Those are easy questions, and we do them all the time. Right? Now, the second question is based on enjoy, is what do you like about that? So if somebody's like, hey, what do you do for a living? And they say, well, I'm a nurse. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Like I always tell them, like I always find actually nurses very inspiring, because they work so many hours and they do so much for everybody else but themselves. Right? And they're amazing. So I'll ask them, so they're telling me they're a nurse. So that's fantastic. Let me ask you, like, what do you like about being a nurse? Right? So I kind of repeat what they told me by asking them what do they like about it. And then sometimes I'll ask them, well, what don't you like about being a nurse? Right? If you're on the phone or you're on Facebook, you're doing social media, I take those really down on the note on my forensic card. Because that's something that you can actually help somebody later on and empower them to find what they're looking for in life and to go back to. And then what excites them? So what exactly about your life excites you? Right? What is the biggest project you're working on right now that really passionate you? Or what would you like to do? Right? Like, if you weren't a nurse, what would you do? Those type of questions. Okay? So far, do I have any questions? Pretty simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. So what would you do differently? So here's very simple, is what would you do differently if money wasn't an issue, right? If you had more of the thing that you did enjoy, how would your life be? What would it look like? If you could do anything in the world, what would you do? Let them talk. Let them expand. This need, really, if you take the time, it could be from 2 minutes to an hour. It all depends on what this person is sharing with you and how much they trust you, they will share, right? And then I ask them, so let's say that, go back to this lady, this nurse, and she's like, well, I kind of wish that I could be home to do more like volunteering work or travel and, give back to kids or whatever they're telling me. I'll ask them, like, why aren't you doing that already? If you listen to Lior Scaler, he says that all the time. When he talks to prospect or potential partner, whether it's on a 3-way call or one-on-one, he asks people, hey, what do you do for a living? Tell me more about you. What would you like to do? If money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Oh, I'd do this, I'd do that, I'd do this, I'd do that. Cool, so why aren't you doing that? Oh, because I don't have the money. Right? All of a sudden, like, oh, hang on here. They cannot do what they want to do in their life because they don't have money. Is that how we gonna live our life? No. So we're here to empower them to live again, right? So that's where you plant your seed. That's where you bring back what they said to you, right? That's where you could say something as simple as like, based on what you just shared with me, when you said, and then you repeat what they told you. And I put an example here. When you said that you would love to be home with your kids without worrying so much about money so that you can provide for your family, right? Based on what you said, when you said that you love working with people and that's why you're a nurse, but you wish you could travel more so you could give back to the communities as well with kids, you know what? I might know of someone that can help you with that. Or I might know of something that would do that for you. And then that's when you started to just plant that seed. I might know something. You could even go a step forward and say, I might know something. It might be for you. It might not. It won't hurt my feeling. Right? And then say, let me connect with you with the person I'm thinking that might be able to help you. Let me check her or his availability. Let me get back to you. What's the best time to reach back to you if this person's available? Does 1 o'clock work or 7 p.m. better? Right? You want to get a commitment here. And you always want to give at least 2 to 3 time or possibility. Usually I just go with 2. Is morning better or afternoon better? Just so you can nail down the time, with them, when's the best time to call them back as well. This is a really easy way to get a third party in, right? It's a really easy way to get, I might know something that might help you do that. If I were to send you a video about something really cool that I actually am working on a new project right now, if I were to send you a video that might do that for you, would you take the time to watch it? Yeah. Oh, cool. You would watch it. Awesome. Would you watch it right away here? Because here's the thing. I'd love to connect you with somebody that has exactly the same background than you, and they actually fired their boss doing what I'm just starting, just this new business or this new venture I'm taking. I'm really excited and I'd love to connect you, but I'd love to connect you after you watch the video, right? So when do you know for sure you'll have a chance to watch a video? Would like this evening or tomorrow morning? Again, I give 2 options, right? Because that's you being in control, but that's also opening it up to them that first of all, you're serious. And second, that they feel they're in control. It's like, oh, I'm going to watch it tonight. And most likely they'll watch it when they say so. Right? And then you just have to book the appointment. Right? So at the end of the day, it's all about building relationship. It's 90% is about them, not about you. Right? You know what you want. You have your avenue. Right? So you want to focus on them. And do everything in your power to get in front of them. I cannot actually read my screen properly, which is kind of funny because your picture is all there. Whoops. Sorry, hang on. Let's see how I can do this again. There you go. So do everything in your power to get in front of them so you can do this, but always understand that you can determine people's need at any time, right? So the more you focus on somebody else, the easier it becomes. There's this great quote that I heard once, and it says, the more I focus on me, the more my anxiety raises up. The more I focus on others, the less my anxiety raises up. So when you connect with people, you want to find the common ground. You want to create a shared reality where you are at the same page as them. We have training talking about feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found, if you ever heard of this, is not in the time of objection. although we have amazing training, and I know because I've done some of them, where, we used to teach you how to say, I know how you feel, I feel the same way, but here's what I found. You want to use that before you show them. Not as an objection to overcome an objection. See, sales happen in your first 30 seconds. It's all in the relationship. So if you have a relationship with somebody before they see the tour or before they're on the phone with the My5, that's when they're going to buy. They don't buy because of the video or because of the phone call with their My5. They buy because of you, because they know that you care. You had a common ground with them. You share reality. So you know what? I know how you feel. I work full time as a millwright, and I love people as well. But just like you, I wanted to travel more. So I started looking around, and I found something really amazing. I'd love to share with you. When can you take a quick 7 minutes to watch a video, right? It's simple, but we complicate it, right? So, and that's how we're going to actually change people's life with global wealth trade. It's that simple. We change people's life. We empower people with an amazing opportunity that no other network marketing has out there. And there's some great opportunity out there. They have amazing products, but nobody beats what we have. And that I can speak with really, really good confidence, because I research so many companies. So that's what I had for you guys tonight. I wanted to share this because that's really how I built my business. And that's the biggest
awesome.
skill. Master this and you're golden. I'm going to bring up very quickly here the 3 simple step system that I got taught when I got started, because when I got started, I didn't know what to do. And I reach out to My5 and I say, hey, I don't know what to do. What do I do? And I got told, and then I got not just told, but they taught me the 3 simple step system. So step number 1 is called build relationship. And that's where I'm like, okay, step number 1, fine. And then they told me step number 2, you send them a video. And step number 3, you connect them with their My5. So I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can put people on a video and connect them. That's when I realized it wasn't that easy.
No, it isn't.
No, but until I realized I was missing the number 1 step. The most important step is not the video and the My5. It's how to build like and trust. The first step is how to connect with people, because people will buy based on you, not based on a video. Pretty amazing, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm just gonna come back here and open up the line so you guys can ask your questions. Let me come back here and stop the training. So that's what I had. And every Monday, we're going to have some amazing training. I know next week, Karen Grace Hardy will be sharing about the forensics. So Candice, that's awesome because you brought it up as well. And Karen's amazing. I'm super proud of her and what she's doing. I mean, her and her hubby here, Tim, just became diplomat. They did it in such a good time too, and such a good yeah, absolutely. Thumbs up. Yeah, absolutely. Huge congratulations for that. So every Monday, same time, same place.